Welcome to a new edition of 2-Year-Olds in Training. I'm Harold Howe, the Harness Edge. We're here with Bob McIntosh, Windsor, Ontario. Got a whole slew to look at today. We got 10 of the 40 you started with. For my money, there were two, though, that jumped out at me, and they were a pair of Cadabras. Let's start with Pasadena Star, Bob.
He's a very nice colt. He's never really had a bad day. And his mother, I bred and raced her, and she made close to $250,000 racing.
Pasadena Princess.
And she was a good, very nice filly herself.
This pair, what did you go a mile in today?
Went in 214.
Over the farm. I mean, They look good doing it, too.
Yeah, they're handy.
And the other one is Chelsea's Choice, out of Armbro, Chelsea, filly.
Yeah, another nice. She's a nice filly. I mean, her mother is a Donner Rail mare that I bought as a yearling, obviously off Armstrong's, and didn't pan out as a race mare, but looks like she's going to be a brood mare.
Today was trotting day. We just happened to hit it that way. We had a group of 5. Let's start off with Prepare to Be Amazed, a Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe filly.
Yeah, she's a Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe out of a Armbro Sylvie. And she's just steadily gotten better all winter. Like, she was a little bit, when I brought her in the fall, she wasn't real muscular, and she's filled out, and I like her chances.
What about Lenny Mack, another Cadabra filly?
It's another filly that has progressed over and filled out and matured over the winter time, and she's on the improve every time.
Okay. Tyrone Haji,
Right.
a Cadabra.
He's a nice big colt. His feet were bothering him for a while, but he seems to be over that now, and he's a nice big strong colt.
One that sort of caught my eye a bit too was a Cash Hall filly, Lady in the Cash.
I don't want to jinx her, but I think she's a little special, that filly. She's got a high turn of speed, and she can carry it a long ways. Like, she's not a big filly, but she's very handy on the half, and she's staked in New York Sire Stakes, so she should be good down there.
And that set today went in?
They only went 35. We're going to train them back here in a minute, around 210 probably.
Okay. Let's switch over to some pacers we saw. We just got time for 3 today. Somewhere in L.A., a Some Beat Somewhere, colt out of west of L.A.
Yeah, he's coming along good. He's a great-looking horse. Really nice way of going over the ground, and he's been rating 212, and he shows a lot of promise.
A colt that saw everything under the sun out there, including me, was West Coast Rocker, a rock and roll Hanover out of Los Angeles.
Yeah, he's matured very nicely. His attitude at first was a little suspect, but he's starting to come now. And
very proud guy on the track.
Yeah, he's really muscled up and looks good now, too. So he's out of that good mare, and so far she just hasn't missed.
You mentioned one that you liked too, particularly, and it was just a jog day for him, on Golden Ponder, a Ponder colt out of Intrepid Water.
Yeah, he's kind of a special colt, I think. We've been in around 210 with him, and he does everything extremely easy. He's not a big horse, but his mother, Intrepid Water, was not a big mare either. He reminds me a lot of his mother, and Ponder, he's just been a phenomenal sire in my book.
Some we didn't get to see, just because of time, were some artistic fellas, and I know you're pretty pumped up about him, and tell us why.
Well, I've got 3 fillies here by Artistic Fella, and they all show great promise. And we'll know here in a few months, but I booked quite a few mares back to him, and I think he'll be a top sire in Ontario in the years to come.
Okay. And just changing gears, we've got to ask you about Thinking Out Loud and Dapper Dude.
They're both trained back real good. The plan was not to get them ready really early because it's that transition year from 3 to 4. They both trained in 2 minutes, back in 2 minutes, and they'll probably qualify in another month.
And Bob, I can't let you go without just having a quick thought about the state of affairs for Ontario. I mean, you probably got as much money invested personally as anybody in the game. Yeah. What's a girl to think?
Well, I think it was just a case of a few guys got very rich of the deal in the politicians and some people in the private sector. And, I'd be interested to see what the Auditor General says. And, I'll give props to Premier Wynne the other day for saying she's going to let Godfrey get him out of there. And it never needed to happen in the first place. They created a mess, and now they're trying to backtrack and right the ship. And 2013 is going to be very challenging, but 2014 looks like it could be a little better, and maybe we'll get it back on track here.
From your words to God's ear. Bob, thanks very much and good luck with all the stock.
You're welcome, Harold. Thank you.
Harold Howe with Bob McIntosh, 2-year-olds in training.